Hey, how's it going, guys? Nate here, and today I would like to take a look at Infinite Warfare 1 month after the game has come out, and assess its successes, or rather lack thereof, in terms of sales and demographics, and what this game's poor performance likely indicates for the future of the franchise, more particularly remasters within it. So, without further ado, let's do further. According to virtually all accounts, Infinite Warfare's sales are severely underperforming all expectations, and mind you, following the poorly received trailer and huge backlash against the game, I don't think many people or institutions really held any high expectations to begin with. But don't take it from me, let's take a look at the statistics. Shortly after Infinite Warfare released, GameStop reported a stunning 50% decrease in sales of Infinite Warfare compared to those of its predecessor, Black Ops 3, at the same time. In fact, IW sales are so bad that both GameStop and Walmart have slashed the price by 30% at the time of me recording this video in a desperate effort to get rid of copies. So if you are interested, you can now pick up the game for just $40. Keep in mind, Black Ops 3 still costs over $50 at GameStop, so that should tell you quite a bit right off the bat. If the current Call of Duty rendition costs less than its predecessor, there's obviously something wrong here. However, one could and would be very right to suggest that perhaps digital distribution is responsible for at least some of this game's poor reception at retailers, as more and more people are opting to buy games from the Xbox One, PS4, and Steam's local marketplaces. And that is entirely true, but when you assess that the game appears to only be performing slightly better digitally, it gets much harder for Activision to make these excuses. Over on Steam, the game has been doing absolutely miserable, with its all-time peak of players online simultaneously peaking on November 5th at just 15,312 active players. This is in comparison to Black Ops 3's Steam player peak of 63,681 players. So again, let me restate this statistic. The maximum amount of people online at the same time for Infinite Warfare on Steam has been 15,312 people just a couple days after the game came out. My channel has more subscribers than this game has had player population counts. That should not be a thing. So that alone should speak volumes about how this game is performing via digital retailers. However, once again, somebody could contradict this metric and say, well, the PC has never really been Call of Duty's hallmark platform. Surely it's doing better than that on consoles, right? Well, to that I say kind of again. Let's take a look at the Xbox One. Alas, Sony isn't particularly as transparent with their sales data as Microsoft is. However, it's more than likely that the trends are mirrored between both consoles, rather anyway. But I digress. According to the Xbox One store page, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is the 5th most played game on the console as of early December, compared to Black Ops 3, which at the same time in its life cycle was constantly shifting between first and second place for largest player count. Even more unsettling for Activision executives is that Infinite Warfare's 5th place spot falls behind Battlefield 1, NBA 2K17, Grand Theft Auto 5, and Black Ops 3. That is correct. Infinite Warfare's predecessor is already outpacing the game in the competition for active players less than a month after its launch, and it is only getting worse. By the end of 2016, Infinite Warfare is expected to have fallen behind Minecraft and Madden 17 on the Xbox One, dwindling down to the 7th most played game on the console in total. Looking at the game's sales on the console, it's also pretty spooky, as Infinite Warfare's base vanilla game ranks in 34th place for sales currently on the Xbox One. Again, compared to Black Ops 3, which was in 1st place at the same time last year. However, there is a saving grace. Infinite Warfare's Legacy Edition, the bundle that includes the Modern Warfare Remaster, is currently standing strong as the 4th most purchased game on the Xbox One, just behind Final Fantasy XV, Skyrim Special Edition, and Battlefield 1. So what does all this data tell us? Well, for one, the Call of Duty franchise's glory days may very well be coming to an end, but such a claim has been being made since Modern Warfare 3. What interests me is the fact that the community seems to have overwhelmingly responded better to the game's Legacy Edition than to the base vanilla game, indicating that a majority of players would, as of now, sooner pay the $80 for the Modern Warfare Remaster plus an Infinite Warfare than just $60 or, in some case, $40 for the vanilla version of the game. So, while the game itself may have underperformed, the remaster has drastically exceeded expectations. And companies, particularly ones like Activision, as we all know, act with their wallets. It seems like, judging by the statistics, Activision has a couple of options for the Call of Duty franchise if they want to slow down or possibly even reverse this downward trend. Either A, get the formula to change drastically, get out of space, put the boots back on the ground where they seem to belong. The consumer base is not responding to this well. B, remaster another old, well-received Call of Duty game, cough, Modern Warfare 2 / Black Ops 1, cough. Or C, do both of these things. If neither of these things are done, and the next game remains in some unpopular futuristic setting, without a remaster acting as a clutch, Call of Duty 17 is probably going to fail even harder, and Activision knows this. Activision didn't remaster Call of Duty 4 just to be nice, because they're a benevolent company. They did it because they looked at how people were receiving the concept of Infinite Warfare, and said, this is not good. We need to do something to reverse this current trend and make people still want to buy our game. And that's how they came up with the Call of Duty 4 remaster. They said, this makes sense. People seem to have liked this game. People have been calling for a remaster. Let's see how this works. And it appears it worked very well. So history tends to repeat itself. We're likely to see another remaster by the next installment of the franchise, or at very least a dramatic change in the Call of Duty formula, perhaps reverting back to the old boots on the ground arcadic style shooters that we're used to. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please feel free to hit that like button, dislike if you did not like the video, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Peace out, everybody!